Okay, so today I honestly felt very tired. Didn't really want to record something, but I still felt the need to record something. So I just found a replay from about a month ago, and just gonna cast it. I have no clue what happens, so here we go. In the bottom left corner, spawning in with the blue SCVs, we have Sofix. And in the top right, spawning in with the red SCVs, we have Toasty Boat. And Toasty playing Terran in this game. I actually just did not check the replay. I know this is already going to be an interesting game because this man right here, the Toasted Boat, he does not usually play Terran. He's usually a filthy cannon enjoyer, usually. You know, one of the Protoss players. One of the most Protoss players of all time, some have said. So I'm very interested to see what he brings out in a TVT. Already going gas first, which is somewhat interesting, but also somewhat standard. I'll give that to him. Sofix on the other side. Also pulling out some weird Mecharax shenanigans, building the barracks in the natural, just so if Toasty were to scout, doesn't look like he's doing that, but if he were to scout, he would see this, be like, hey, there might be a proxy. When in fact there's not. It's just right here. Interesting starts from both sides. I have no clue what's going to happen in the game. Genuinely no clue, because, again, Toasty doesn't play Terran, and Sofix I feel like is a bit of a wild card sometimes. I have no clue what's going to happen. So I'm pretty curious. Reapers coming out of Sofix, and second barracks, slightly odd. Maybe we'll just have 3 Rax Reaper production. Maybe we'll have 2 Rax Reaper and a CC. That feels the most plausible at the moment. Toasty, on the other hand, just going factory. This looks pretty normal. Sofix also throwing down their factory after 2 barracks. One of them not even finished. One making a Reaper. Another Reaper. Maybe we'll just play like 5 Reapers and then into a standard transition. I'm not sure what the heck this is. I've never seen this before, but I kind of like it. And Toasty on the other side, just going for reactors straight away after the factory. This looks pretty similar to what I play, which means it's not real, but I still like it, and I think it's good. It's not real, though. Probably just going to go into... Oh, no, I lied. I thought he was going to swap these two. No, he's just putting Hellions and probably more Reapers on this reactor, would be my guess. Sorry, I'm kind of sick. But Reaper of Sofix goes. It's going to snipe the SCV, building the natural for Toasty. That is unfortunate. He's going to have to pull another one. Down 1 worker. Second Reaper shows up, but the Hellion's already out for Toasty. On the other hand, we're not even continuing unit production from Sofix, so unfortunate start. We're also not continuing unit production from Toasty, though, so it's fine. We have a reactor finished, double Cyclone out of Sofix. I really like the Cyclone in TVT right now. I think it's a very good unit. And we have the swap, and we also see double Cyclone out of Toasty. So far, very similar builds. Natural CC is a little bit faster for Toasty. Factory also a little bit faster for Toasty. Second barracks a little bit slower, but I don't know. Right on the second and third barracks right now. So, getting his tech up, getting his production up. I like Toasty's spot a lot right now. Not to say Sofix is in an unwinnable position whatsoever. I think they're doing very well for themselves. I just would prefer to be in Toasty's position a little bit more right now. We're going to have double Cyclone, 1 Reaper go across the map, but at home, Toasty already has double Cyclone, 1 Reaper, 1 Hellion, and the 1 Hellion, I presume, just wins this fight. Gonna lock on. Sofix loses a Hellion. Sofix loses a Cyclone, and Toasty loses the Cyclone, Reaper, and Hellion. We have a Reaper go down? I don't even know what's happening. 2 Reapers, 2 Cyclones have gone down for Sofix, and 1 Cyclone, 1 Reaper, 1 Hellion have went down for Toasty Boat. All in all, trades looking pretty even. Favor Toasty a little bit, but it's not the end of the world. Both naturals are up. Both of them started their orbitals. I think Toasty might have gotten his orbital a little bit late because they're going to finish at roughly the same time, and his CC, I'm fairly confident, finished a little bit faster. That's okay, though. Do we have Stim? No, we have no upgrades. Stim is not being researched by either side. But we are going to be seeing a lot of Marines, it seems, from Toasty, and also a lot of Marines from Sofix, as they also just keep building barracks. Very interesting to see no Stim from either side by the 5-minute mark, though. No, I think Toasty's about to start a Stim. Yep, it's somewhat early timing, but it's not bad. I quite like the Stim timing. We also have 4th barracks coming out of Toasty. No 5th barracks, which is kind of weird. I think we're going to see the 3rd CC go down on 4 barracks, which I can't say is a setup that I'm accustomed to, but it doesn't seem like the worst thing ever either. On the other side, we have double reactor out of Sofix for, I guess, Stim combat at the same time. I guess I honestly have no clue. I'm so confused. We have, what is this? No, medevac production, just 1 Viking to ward away opponent medevacs, I guess. It's fine. I like that. We have just Reaper Heli and sharking around trying to find something, but there's enough units it won't find anything, I hope. Hasn't started combat shields yet, but she does actually sneak in and gets 1 SCV, 2 SCV, 3 SCV. 4 SCV. I didn't even think that would find 1 SCV, so much better work than I thought it was going to do. Viking is just kind of here now. We're not sure why it's here, but it kind of like wandered in and is now going to die. That is unfortunate. Life of a Cyclone is hard. You just get clicked somewhere and then you die. On the other hand, double Cyclone drop goes in and picks one up, picks the other one up. Medevac takes a fair amount of damage, but picks up, loses nothing, does take damage, but that could all be repaired later. It's fine. Nice little drop from Toasty, but that's not going to be the end of the world. And after all this, supply is looking insanely even. Both of them have their 3rd CC. No, Sofix just started their 3rd CC. Toasty's 3rd CC is done, so I still would put him in an advantageous position. But once again, either side could win at this point. I don't think either side is drastically favored, especially at whatever level we're at. We also have, okay, I was going to say no eBays. Toasty just starting his double eBay. Sofix not starting their double eBay, but they are going for 5 medevac drop, it seems. Trying to load this tank in, but there's just barely not enough room in this medevac. So this one's going to pick it up. Got to get the Marines, and we're going to just go for a doom drop of all doom drops. I love this play. I don't know who pinged the depot, but, you know, this is a beautiful play, and the reason is we're behind a little bit. We don't have the upgrades started yet. We don't have the 3rd base quite as fast. We're down in workers, and a great way to equalize in TVT is just going for these doom drops. Very, very powerful tools. Of course, dangerous for both sides. It's not like these will instantly win you the game. Usually a move like this will either instantly win or lose you the game, so you got to be careful. But I really like this move when the opponent is in an advantageous position. Who's Sofix not going in yet, saying, let's try this. Toasty throwing out the, oh boy, he knows something's coming. The doom drop lands in the main. Only 2 tanks with it, my bad, sorry. As very scary. Toasty has a bunch of Marines, but he's already taking some big tank shots. Army supply 20 in favor of Sofix. Stims in. Gets blasted by tanks, and I think this is going to get cleaned up at the end of the day. Did not find... No, actually, some good tank splash at the end. I'd say that's a wash, and at the end of the day, supplies dead even after that. That's insane. You do not normally see a move like that coming out with even supply. The fact that we're even within 40 supply of each other right now is quite honestly astonishing. That being said, workers still very much 10 in favor of Toasty. Neither of them have that many workers. So the 10 that Toasty has, big advantage for him. Army supply, that means, however, is in favor of Sofix, who just picks up again and is going for it again. It looks like in the same place. We're doing the same thing. This is beautiful. Toasty throwing down 2 more CCs. Sofix throwing down more barracks. So Sofix looks like they just want to go for aggression. Just going to push, push, push. Hopefully we win the game. We have no upgrades, no thoughts of eBay's even started yet. We're just going for it, all out. Already 2 tanks there, though. So, yeah. Not going to find anything here. Might decide to go into the main base, where Toasty is throwing down 3 more barracks to go up to 6, I think. 6 barracks. Sofix just decides to pick up, go home, decides it's not worth it. There's already 2 tanks sieged here. I kind of like that move. That being said, Sofix really needs to start upgrades soon. We can't be at 10 minutes and not even have eBays yet. Toasty's upgrade's halfway done though, so it's not like he has a huge lead, just a small lead. That will eventually add up if Sofix does not start their upgrades very soon. There we are, double eBays. More CCs, and it appears that this game is just going to stabilize on somewhat of a 4 base or 3.5 base economy situation. That means I can give my voice a rest because, as I said, I'm kind of sick right now, I think. Talking too much, hurts a little bit. Hurts the voice a little bit. But that's okay. Not the end of the world. Honestly, looks fairly even. It looks like we're just kind of seeing both the players settle in for a longer match. Would love to see the upgrade started from Sofix. Actually, okay, no, their combat shield's almost done too. Yeah, so I'd just love to see the +1/+1 and maybe +2/+2 from Toasty started. But upgrades are pretty optional if you ask me. They're like not very important. Honestly, upgrades are for nerds and you don't need them. And Sofix agrees with me, going again for the, 7 medevac doom drop. This is a beautiful play. We also have also 7 Marine hit squad going into the right side. These medevacs are just kind of idling here. I guess we're waiting to pick up all the units. This is beautiful. Also F2ing our hit squad back home. That's okay. And yep, here we go. Doom drop off towards the left side. I guess, yeah, the idea to go into the natural with that. Toasty just sitting at home. He has the units to deal with it. It's just they're all here. They are, in fact, not in the right position to deal with this, which is going to hurt, I guess. Or I think, rather. As this drop is just queued up to go to the edge of the map. No, actually microing it, never mind. Toasty still just idling here. Making Thors. He knows what's up. Mech time. Make the big mech units. They can't be bad, can they? They're so big and strong. Sofix sees that base, just maneuvering past it. Toasty ignores that move completely, did not get the warning sign from being scanned, and Sofix actually says, naturals for losers too, we're going into the main, we just took a very indirect approach, drops on these 2 tanks, has 4 tanks in Toasty's main base siege, and this looks like it could spell disaster. First tank goes down, second tank goes, or tank, sorry, first Thor goes down, second Thor goes down, which, yeah, it's about as useful as Thors are going to be in this matchup against freaking tank Marine. All of Toasty's Marines got obliterated in this fight, but the supplies are still even and even favored for Toasty somehow. Workers almost dead even. Toasty actually up supply. A lot of that is in Vikings though, which won't help fight unless he actually makes them help fight, which he's not going to do that. But I think the counters, no, hold on. Counter siege from Toasty is cleaned up by the 3 tanks of Sofix. Now I guess we're going to land the Vikings on the tanks. This is a good move. We're going to clean it up, having Thors. At the end of the day, the supply is still almost dead even despite another doom drop. This is actually unheard of in TVT. 99% of games, I guarantee you, if this had happened, would have just ended by now. These SCVs just idling, but that's okay. As I was saying, I think the game would normally be over by now, but yet, by some miracle, we're dead even on supply, almost dead even on workers. Upgrade advantage is going to go to Toasty slightly, but it's not even that big of a deal anymore. We're very, very even. Sofix army comp consists of literally 61 Marines, while Toasty's army comp consists of Marines and Thors, and also some tanks. So, I want to say Toasty's army is a little bit better, but, like, Thors are just not very good in this matchup. Like, the only thing they're good against is Liberators before they have range, and that's it. That's exclusively what they're good at in this matchup. I'm fairly confident. We have Liberators coming out from Toasty, which I think is a good play if Sophie had literally any form of tanks to siege on other than this one. She does not, however, and instead going for that mobile style of I'm going to push here, and I'm going to push here, and that's exactly what she's doing. Big push set up on the right side. Toasty's in the dead center, perfectly in position to defend neither of these attacks. Gets scanned over here, sees the push, gets pulled out of position for this push to run in. This push not getting microed at all, though, on the right side, so that's okay. We're just going to run away from Toasty's army, which is fair. It looks a lot scarier than Sofix's army right now. It's going to go, stim, clean up this base. On this side, this base got killed. I don't know how many workers went down with that. But on the right side, the army of Sofix gets cleaned up by Toasty, and he has a pretty healthy army supply remaining. This army is still alive, though. Looks like it's going to be able to take out this orbital, and Toasty's army is very slow due to the nature of it being a sort of mechier army. Not quite mech, but I don't think Toasty really knows what he wants in life. So, you know, it's like half mech, half bio army. That's not good, but it'll have to do. Sofix still literally just going for that mass marine strategy. I respect this a lot. Mass marines, the best strategy. To be fair, what Toasty's doing, I actually think would wipe the floor in any straight-up engagement, but Sofix just has the ability to maneuver around like she did in that last fight, and again, we see a little marine hit squad coming over here, going to take out this base, possibly pull. Yep, Toasty's entire army goes home to deal with this group of marines when I think it had the potential to just end the game right there. Instead, we're just going to go over here, lose a Viking, and get nothing. Lose some more air units, get nothing. What are the trades looking like this game? These Marines are going to die now. They've paid for their sins of killing stuff. Supply or resources lost actually in favor of Sofix, which I'm kind of surprised by. But, you know, that's fine. Toasty stimming up onto this planetary. We already have 3 tanks sieged. Gonna do a lot of damage. We have the Marines running in. A big siege from Toasty. We're gonna see how this does. Does not look like it's going to be enough. Going to get cleaned up by the reinforcing Marines of Sofix. And now, finally, after being dead even for so long, Sofix up. 50 supply. Yep, Toasty knows it's over. Calls GG. And a very strange TVT played here on Hecate. Thank you for joining me for that game. That was a game of games. Absolutely beautiful. Have a good rest of your day, everyone.